I'm making this video for I just need to say I'm really very, very ill. Don't be fooled by what you see. I'm really at the end of it. Helen HIPPERSON, this I would really I've texted you this evening and I would really need you to see this video on my behalf, please, because, well, not only do you know me from when I was 12, you were there with me at Nightmare on Elms Avenue, and you're a connection to, you know, I've got my godparents in the next road. Should anything happen to me, because I'm literally at the end of it. And since you're so angry about what the council have done to me, and you said you can't go back to Eastbourne, then I'm kind of reaching out to you, if you like. Now you know there are trust issues. Because of my eldest sister, and all of that, you know. And one of the reasons it cost me £39 to get back on a bus, because I just didn't have the guts to say to you, Helen, I've got to go. And you didn't come up for air, so I didn't get a word in edgeways. So, you know, but, and of course, when you threatened me with the police at the Cavendish Hotel, I don't always say how I feel at the time, and yes, you apologised. Now, because when I saw you outside thingy, you said how I can't trust my partner. Well, I've been shouting down the phone to him. I have to believe him in the same way I have to believe you, okay? It's, I can't stand all this narcissistic sort of, you know, attack. And it's me that's got no one, okay? Because both of you have got a mum to turn to. And when my mother was dying of cancer, I was forced to sign a homeless application form. Now my father's died, I've been beaten by the police and dragged out of my home and had that taken from me. So you get where I'm coming from. So when you're all at each other's throats, do you see where I'm going with this? I have one last person that I can try, shall we say. There's a reason why I don't have friends. I have to test people out. I already have what Darren thought was a friend, turned out wasn't a friend. Juliet Ralston, who was a crucial witness for my local government and social care ombudsman. And she was attacked in the street by these random drunks who were harassing us because she saw what was going on at Belmore Road. Right, so let me just cut to the chase. Right, because I'm going to collapse. I'm slightly anemic. I'm suffering from crippling anxiety and insomnia. And I have been threatened by the council. A threat is a threat. If I'm being told that I will, if I don't go into this grim, depressing flat in Eastbourne that's in a terrible state, I might, that's still a threat. That's still a threat that I could, which shouldn't be there, I could lose this roof over my head. So Darren, either you're with me or you're not, okay? Because 1 minute You're telling me that you're getting angry to these people who are letting me down, and the fact of the matter is you're not even allowed in here because you were arrested by the thug who committed those crimes against me, that public servant PC McCarthy, and yet I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you and your father who helped fund hotels. Okay, so I've had my brand new flat unlawfully stolen from me. I feel physically sick right now. It's a miracle. I've just looked at all these recordings on my laptop and I just cannot believe how much I have done on my own. Yes, you're right. You're right, Helen. It is jealousy. There is a lot. My mother's travelled the world, okay? Your mum, she lived in America. Well, my mother wasn't American, but she lived in North America. She lived in New Zealand. She said people in this country, they moan, but no one does anything. My mother shouted against the appraisal of our headmaster, and Chloe will tell you that. And yes, I can't believe I'm in Chloe's house, my childhood best friend's house. I feel this is building up to something because I will go to the protest. There's a protest that I want to go to. I'm not going to say where it is on here. But if it's the last thing I do, I still don't know how my father died. And I've had these atrocities. Well, sorry, I'm using strong language. Right. So, what this video is about. Basically, I made a YouTube video yesterday where I addressed a senior housing needs specialist named Grace Hill, and I'm going to read out an email from her because her email has caused me personal alarm and distress. And I'm also going to play a recording of our conversation from the Cavendish Hotel. I didn't publish it at the time, but I'm going to publish it now because it is in public interest. And it's in my interest because there are so many crimes that have not been looked at, and I need a human rights lawyer. So I do need your support, actually, Helen. I do need it. I can't do this anymore. I'd rather die than carry on in this world if people think things are bad now. If people think things are bad now. So it's in public interest, the recording. I have some crucial evidence. I have a lady acquaintance, not Juliet Rawson, someone else who's offered to see a public official with me. She's only just starting to get it. My Iranian lady acquaintance / friend. She said to me, tell the council to get a house near me. A house when I had rooms taken from me because I complained about bed bugs crawling on me, and I had physical evidence of this. Now, I can't get through to this paralegal. This law firm is not helping me. This lady is not helping me from St Mary's house. My sister, my transgender sister, worked for them, and I've got something to say about my transgender sister, Bronya. Helen, because I'm going to say my sister is my sister. Do you want to arrest? Anyone want to arrest me and put me in prison for 2 years for saying my sister is my sister? Because I tell you now, if my mother was alive, she'd be 85, nearly 86. My grandma would be 119. Would you put them in prison for 2 years for saying she's my sister? I've made you all look stupid. I put someone in prison for 2 years and on a sex offenders register for attempted rape in 2011 at Hove Crown Court. Didn't get help with that. Some people, including me, were quite surprised because usually they get a slap on the wrist. But I say my sister is my sister. Now you think I want to continue living in a world like this? I don't know the details of my father's death. My eldest sister lives in New Haven. She's a landlady. I walked past her husband only this evening. He looked right at me. Now, I'm too overwhelmed right now. It's all or nothing. This is my documentation. I'm putting it out there. Okay? Because it's in public interest. I can't do this anymore. If this paralegal... I've already had crimes against humanity, against my civil rights. This is what the protests are about, fighting for your freedoms, which are being taken from us under this tyranny that is illegally, unlawfully being forced upon us. I don't care how much you get paid, who you work for, or who the hell you are. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. I put the CFO on notice under common law. Josh Burundi OBE. He told me to go down to the council. I did that and I was assaulted by security guards. I was pushed and shoved out of the offices when he had told me to go down there. He said, I'm going to do you a favour. I'm going to speak to Gary Hall. But he did nothing. And then he made out that he was a victim of my YouTube. And I said, how do you know about that? I saw him. This is throughout all the chaos. This is after my brand new flat had been stolen from me brutally, that the GP practice placed me in for just 4 months, with staff trained to deal with acute complex needs. I've done care work and I worked very, very hard. I was made ill when I was bullied when I did care work. Now I need support. As a response to my father's death, I'm beaten and assaulted twice, given an X-ray in A&E all night long, handcuffed on my birthday in March, left to wander the streets. Now I've got valuables from that flat. Now, I have slightly gone off track here, but I feel I'm gonna scream. I feel I'm heading towards a breakdown because that gold ring that was left on the side was a 21st birthday present from my late mother. Men went in and took my stuff and they took it to New Haven. Why was my stuff taken to New Haven? Out of Eastbourne to New Haven. And now I'm being told that this place, this roof could be taken over my head if I don't take this grotty, grimy, grim-looking, depressing flat that's got carpets ripped up. It's a filthy, dirty, unhygienic-looking wet room. Here I've got a brand new shower and a bath all to myself in emergency accommodation. But that was after the brand new flat. They were putting brand new carpets down in the flat that I had for just 4 months, and the care coordinator was sacked, and she was meant to help me to get things from my partner's friends who have also been bullying me. My partner's friend, who's a lawyer, Eben, she's got stuff of mine in her flat that she threatened to dispose of. Then there was Steve Churchill at Eastbourne Food Bank. Now, Helen, if you truly think that my partner is a terrible person for abusing me. Could you step in and support me, please? Because I am heading towards a serious mental breakdown because his family, for whatever reason, can't cope with hearing it. And I haven't seen them for years. Try going through it, is all I can say. So, this is the email. This is the email from, so bear in mind, compare what I've been offered. If you compare what I've already had to what I'm being offered, I had a brand new flat with brand new furniture, brand new carpets put down, that I was dragged out of that flat as a response to my father's death. Really. The staff there are all demented and deranged, just like at Belmore Road, where I've recorded hate crime from the A&A contractor who gave me the key to Belmore Road. And I recorded, and I have video evidence of me being attacked, blood on my door, police doing nothing, and yet a Sergeant Simmons told me to purchase this dictaphone, and then I was arrested for doing it. I cannot count the number of times they arrested me, but they protected Sherelle Clark, who was then mentioned in the national news as mugging the elderly with her mother. Now you tell me, Helen, you tell me, why is no one supporting me with this? Because I was also slandered in the Herald. They said I beat the police. Go and have a look at my Facebook page. Oh, hang on a minute. I'm sorry, Helen. I blocked you. When you threatened me with police at the time, I found you on Facebook and I blocked you. Well, I've got photographs on my Facebook wall showing what the police did to me, and they've done it several times over 7 years. They've arrested me. Now then. So, Grace Hill. This is the obnoxious individual, the housing needs specialist, who said that Belmore Road was a suitable flat, suitable accommodation, and then she hung up on me. And I'm going to play that evidence on here. I feel physically sick because I cannot do this anymore. The social worker landlord in supported accommodation said to me, you might want to check you haven't inherited your mother's cancer, and forced me to sign a homeless application form when my mother was dying of a rare cancer. Now I've lost a second parent. They've done worse to me. I've been beaten and assaulted twice over in the space of less than a month. This is what they did to me. So this is Belmore Road. These are convicted criminals. This is someone, I've got so much evidence against Eastbourne Borough Council. I put the CFO on notice under common law. I went to the MP. I went to members of the council. Councillor Stephen Holt. I don't know why Darren shook hands with him. His face was on a leaflet in the property. Cabinet for Community took over from head of housing. They did nothing. This vile creature was a raging alcoholic on a criminal tag. And just listen to this. This is on the 29th of April at 3 o'clock in the morning. I will play the first part. The rest of it is my phone call to 999. And guess what happened, Helen? 3 hours later, I was arrested. Terrified, they tried to put me in prison, yes, over what the police did to me on Beachy Head. They kept targeting me, so every time I was in distress, it's all socially engineered. You get the picture. Just listen to this.
fucking joking. I'm not fucking joking with you. I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this. Right. Police, please.
So you get, then that's my phone call. So this is Belmore Road. I was locked in the bathroom. She then kicks the door. Another time, someone attacked me when I was in the bath to the point I thought I'd be killed. Now this Grace Hill Senior Needs Housing Needs Specialist, she's somehow been alerted to my YouTube video. Now, I don't care how she was alerted, because my partner has done things he shouldn't have done, yes. And I don't know if he's been emotional. I keep saying to him, what are you up to? Are you a sociopath? Are you a psychopath? This is the effect it has on the relationship. And then, of course, you know, so when he's speaking up for me, I don't know if he's up to no good. So when you say to me he's abusing you, how can I be sure of anything anymore? Because no one's doing anything. No one's doing anything. So I've had 7 years of this narcissistic abuse from everywhere. So this is in public interest, because I've recorded neighbours, residents from the Riverbourne house, complaining about the very vile creature, not that one, another one, Sherelle Clark, who was mentioned in the national news as mugging the elderly. She'd already been imprisoned previously with another article online, released into the public domain to do the same thing again, to terrorise me. And I've recorded her. And she was mentioned in the BBC News. Honestly, I could write a book about everything I've been through. I contacted a BBC Panorama producer. I've met John Alexander Patterson. I've met victims of satanic ritual abuse. I don't know if working with a Freemason has anything to do with it, but I mean, you said you're related to a Freemason, so I don't know. Who knows? But interestingly, I bumped into Matt Taylor, who supported John Alexander Patterson, and he exposed Katie Bourne from the Sussex police. He was getting off the bus in Newhaven that I was getting on, and I shook hands with him. But your guess is as good as mine, because I can't trust people in the truthers community. I've contacted Ray Savage, who knows Patsy, who's a mother of children that I played with, mutual friends, acquaintances of Chloe and myself, and he was at the conference. We're talking MI5, we're talking, yeah, that kind of thing. That he's an ex-Sussex police sergeant from a village that where I played with the friends, that mutual friends of his. You see where I'm going with this. So I'm literally like, I could tear my hair out. All I asked for was a bit of support, and it was too much to ask for. So you might possibly see the real me at some point. You might see me scream and shout, but I don't want to do that, because I know what would happen. Tanya would say, "Oh, look, you're getting, you know." Anyway, I know how to deal with these narcissists, because they're trying to push a vulnerable person's buttons. So, anyway, so the email that I want to read out, I'm just making sure this is still working. If I can, because I'm not a technical person. If I can read out this email, they can do whatever they like to me, because this email calls me alarm, distress, Dear Bryony, this was from Grace Hill, Housing Needs Specialist, on the 23rd of October, which was today. Dear Bryony, I have been alerted to the video you have posted on YouTube over the weekend, and I've escalated this to my manager. Good. Because I hope, Grace Hill, you are a disgrace, Grace. I hope you alert this to your manager, this video as well, because this has crucial evidence, because you are complicit in putting my life in danger at Belmore Road, and I'm going to, because this is in public interest, I've got damning council meeting minutes that are published online for the public, which I posted to my YouTube at the time. And all the members of the council that I was reaching out to were at that meeting. Councillor Alan Shuttleworth, they were all there. I don't know why my partner and his family, why it's all too much for his parents to hear this. I don't know. If you know something about my partner that I don't know, from what I'm gathering, he's supporting me. But the thug who beat me, PC McCarthy, and then he arrested my partner, he's got his badge number, because he called him the most vile abuse I've ever had in my entire life. I didn't even have abuse like this at school. It was worse than attempted rape. I'm someone who has been to the Saturn Rape Victim Centre, and the way I've been treated by Eastbourne Borough Council and Eastbourne Police, the crimes are off the scale. So if you've got something to hide, if you've got nothing to hide, you won't mind me posting this. But I hope you let your manager know about this, because I'm going to play a recording of you saying that Belmore Road is suitable accommodation and then terminating the call on me, because I've got video evidence of me being attacked. And as for Sally Fisher, who told me when you took my stuff from SDR Living, that brand new flat, as a response to my father's death, you got men to come in there and I need to know where that gold ring is. And they took my possessions to New Haven. There are things that I am not being told. I'm not being told how my father died. Come on here. This is basic stuff here. And then she made out to Jamie, Jackie's son, the proprietors of this property. Jamie knows me from primary school. It's a very small world. And he's saying that Sally Fisher wants to help me, when I told her at the travel lodge that Darren, my partner, got me to for just one night out in the sticks. He and his father helped fund me to get me here. And I said to Sally Fisher, you are liable for loss, theft and damages to any of my property, including my gold ring from that brand new flat. So this is the distressing email that you have sent me today. And I will send this to the paralegal. I will send this YouTube video to the paralegal and to the lady who is meant to be supporting me. I don't know if she's under your thumb, but she told me you do not have to accept that flat. If it's not suitable, we'll find you somewhere else. This is the email you have sent me, Grace Hill. I have been alerted to the video you have posted on YouTube over the weekend, and I've escalated this to my manager. And as I said, I hope you alert this to your manager as well, because it's damning evidence. Please be aware that I have not threatened or bullied you. We, the council, have accepted a duty to relieve your homelessness and are fulfilling this duty, having identified a one-bedroom flat with Stonewater Housing Association. Well, I'll add to that. I have a recording of a one-bedroom flat offered to me before the very last time that I was attacked at Belmore Road, which is on YouTube, with blood left on my door and the police doing nothing. And someone even in America saw that and said, crumbs, I thought the cops here were bad. They won't do anything, no. But they've tortured me. These psychopaths. These demented, infantile psychopaths. As a response to my father's death, whilst it is your choice whether you accept or decline the property, which it is, yes, you're right, you need to be aware of the consequences of your decision and how this impacts your housing application with the council. Well, this is where it gets into the territory of threatening and bullying. This is detailed in my letter emailed to you on the 18th of October 2023. Well, I would like to add to that, as I said, as I told Jackie, the proprietor of this property, I've had bed bugs crawling on me and I've shown photographs of them and still been made street homeless. I also had a housing officer who they all leave their jobs, they all move on to new pastures, who said to me, here is a final decision, a final offer of accommodation. And he had done that unlawfully because shelter say that if you have registered as homeless before April 2018, you cannot be offered a final offer. But I was. But I'd never had an initial offer. This is what I'm trying to say. You go on to say Stonewater Housing Association are unable to hold the property any longer and we need your final decision by 3 p.m. today. I understand the reasoning for not wanting the property are due to the property not being clean, not having carpets, and having a wet room, not a bath. It's more than that, actually. And I described that wet room and how unhygienic it. I would not get into that. Let's just say that. That wet room made the showers at Sussex Partnership look 5-star. Yes, that place where I was tortured and bullied, along with brave whistleblowers such as John Patterson. We can speak with the lettings coordinator regarding the cleaning if required. Look, there are standards. It was torn up from the torn up carpets. It was. I'm not even going there. I'm glad my partner showed me under the sink, because these cupboards are sparkling white, and I still spent hours because I have a severe disability, and partly due to what has been done to me. And the food bank advocate said, yes, it is OCD. I've had it for years. But it has been the anxiety and the OCD. I have mental health issues that I never had before all of this. Anyway. And you go on about, we will arrange for a deep clean before you move into the property. The letting standards for all The lettings standard for all social properties is without carpets or curtains. Any social property moved into will not have this. You need to arrange carpets to be fitted. I would agree in this instance to help you with a grant towards the cost of carpets. Rubbish, absolute rubbish. I spent thousands of pounds of back pip on the Cavendish Hotel just for my safety. And I have got in that phone call evidence of people messing me around saying, and Councillor Robin Maxted saying he would try and get your colleague to help fund that hotel for me. There is a reason why you, the council, did not send me photographs of that property, and why you are so willing to provide a deposit up front after everything you've put me through. Considering the circumstances, there is no medical reason why a bath is required. Yes, there is a medical reason. Having a wet room would not make the property unsuitable for you. Should you not contact the Housing Association to arrange sign up by 3 p.m. today, then we will consider this as a refusal of the property. Yes, so if the paralegal said that I could lose this roof over my head. These are forms of threats, and they're forms of bullying. You're basically saying, if you don't take this, you'll lose that roof over your head. Word it how you like. So, and this is coming from Grace Hill, the same Grace Hill who said that Belmore Road was suitable. And I'm now going to play the recording, which I wasn't going to ever play. I was never going to publish it initially, but I would like people to hear it. I would preferably like Helen, and it's in public. All of this is in public interest. I wouldn't put a dog through this. I wouldn't put a mouse through this. And I certainly wouldn't put them up in some of these places. As I said, I've had bed bugs crawling on me, and you've made me street home. You've done everything. There isn't anything that you have not already done to me. You've destroyed me, and I don't even know how my father died. I had a brand new, self-contained, temporary flat. They were literally just putting down the last squares of carpet. That's before it was the saffron, flat 1B. And I had, would you believe, a lovely, massive sized Victorian bath when it was known as the notorious Saffron. Survivors of the Saffron Facebook page. That's what I'm a survivor of, yes. I'll let them know at the protests. Yes. And even the Trestle Trust Food Bank were ignoring the plight of those vulnerable people. Actual people, disabled people, were being bullied by the demented staff, one of whom still works there. And I may have video footage, which I'm not going to publish, of the managing director on my camera, because I need a human rights lawyer. You've got a lot to hide. So I'm going to let AMIREH know about this. So this was hung up on this was the 29th of April 2022. I had already been self-funding the Cavendish Hotel and another hotel before that from October 2021 up until the summer of, up until September. No, it was the summer, and then I went back into a hotel because I stayed in Eben's flat for 3 months, my partner's lawyer friend's home, and I had problems with her because she's had stuff of mine which she has threatened to dispose of. I had a letter from her. My partner wasn't meant to know where I was living, but I had a letter from her to SDR, that brand new flat that I was physically forced out of, dragged along the pavement by the police and beaten by them in A&E. PC Lyons, PC Ford and PC McCarthy were the two dangerous male thugs. PC Ford had previously turned up at Eben's flat. I didn't realise this because I've been looking through some of my YouTube, and so much has happened, so much of this targeting. But this is the phone call hung up on by counsel, call handler, then spoke to Paula, then senior special advice Grace Hill, and voice message to Robin Maxted. So what I'm about to replay is in public interest. I've been caused alarm and distress. My life has been put in danger. I put the CFO on notice under common law. I have a copy of that somewhere. I either have the original or a copy, because the English Constitutional Party need to know about this. I put the CFO, AMIREH, on notice in December 2021, and this was around the time that my father died. I was only notified of my father's death earlier this year, and that's when this brand new flat was taken from me. The care coordinator was sacked. The care coordinator was meant to help me. I'm going to pass out any minute, so I'm going to play this very serious conversation with Grace Hill, because this is where Grace Hill says, the housing needs specialist Grace Hill says that Belmore Road is suitable, and this is a place where I was attacked to the point where I thought I'd be killed. It's published online, the council meeting minutes, where they're saying that criminals from London and Brighton are being moved into the inner areas, including Eastbourne. This is criminal, this is. And the police, Sergeant Simmons told me to purchase this. I recorded evidence. Then I was arrested for doing it. Now you keep taking my homes from me. You keep targeting me. Councillors have a duty to stop and correct. They get paid well to serve us, the people, under common law. This is the Magna Carta. Either way, I tell you what, my mother said people died for our freedoms. My mother lived through a world war. My grandmother lived through 2 world wars. For this. My mother had a privileged upbringing by my grandmother who adopted her. And I've had trauma. And everything Jeanette Archer says is right about the Tavistock Institute and the Freemasons. I know. I've seen with my own eyes. And these are crimes against humanity. So, anyway, so this is the phone call to Grace Hill, and you can hear my partner in the background. As I said, this is when I was self-funding the Cavendish Hotel for my safety.
Hello, you've reached Grace Hill, Senior Specialist Partner, the Housing Options Team. I'm currently unable to take your call, so please leave me a message and I'll return it as soon as I'm able. Thank you. You may start your message now. Press 0 to return to the attendant. Hello, Grace. This is Bryony speaking. I'm sorry I missed your call about 3 o'clock. I thought I'd just try ringing now. I'll try again in a bit. Okay, thank you. Your callback number is 07923655806. Press 4 to input a different callback number. Press 4 followed by the hash key to leave no callback number. Press the 7 key to review your message, the 3 key to discard your message and record over, the 2 key to append to your message and continue recording, 8 to make your message urgent, message marked urgent. Your callback number is hello, sorry. Sorry, did you say Claire? Sorry. Customer phone. Yes, sorry. I misheard you. Could I just ask for reference who I'm speaking to, just for reference, please? Just hung up on me. Just hung up. Right. Got it recorded. Hello. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, I just asked someone who I was speaking to, and very politely I asked who I was speaking to, and someone hung up. Yeah, okay. Thank you for giving your name.
I was asking if I was contacted by Grace Hill, senior specialist on a different number.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to get hold of her urgently.
Let's take a few details. Let's take your surname then, please.
Yes, it's McCarthy.
Yeah, McCarthy. Yeah.
That's
what's your postcode at the moment, please?
The property address I'm meant to be at is BN22 8AU.
Let's have a look for you. Then remember you moved to 12 Belmore Road, Eastbourne?
That's the address that I'm supposed to be at. Yeah.
Right. Did you say you want to get hold of Grace today?
Yes, Grace Hill. She rang me. She's a senior specialist advisor. She left me a voice message on a different number, but I couldn't take the call at the time. So I'm just ringing to just to see if she's available on the council number.
Let me have a look for you.
I'd just like to say you can hear my partner in the background. Now, if he was speaking to Robin Maxted, if he's telling Robin Maxted that because the thing is, Robin Maxted let me know when my partner was staying with me. My partner said, well, you can't record. Now, if he's in the background telling Councillor Robin Maxted that I am recording Grace Hill, I wasn't. I am now. But you see, I'm constantly having arguments with my partner Darren, saying, have you been emotionally abusing me? Have you been saying detrimental things? Now, he got onto the phone while I was on the phone to this woman. Now, I don't know what the hell is going on here, but I'm already need help with Darren's friend who's got possessions of mine, and he works at Eastbourne Food Bank, and his name is Steve Churchill. There's actually a YouTube video of me in distress, in tears, to the food bank, and Steve Churchill hangs up on me, even though I had just played the recording of this vile creature threatening to beat me senseless. Do you want me to play it again? Because there's a lot that's not making any sense whatsoever. Okay? Why, Steve?
Because I'll swear down, I will come up there and I'll bet you senseless. Dirty little bitch. I'll bet your Dory. Bridie, I'm not fucking joking.
I just played that to Steve Churchill in a YouTube video. This is Darren's friend who works at Eastbourne Food Bank. And he said, no, your life is not in danger. And yet he just said he'd pray for me. And Helen said, well, he must be a nutcase. Because he's a Christian. Well, I don't know, Helen, you tell me. So Darren is in the background on the phone to someone while I'm on the phone to this lady. Because I'm trying to get through to Grace Hill. This was on the 29th of April 2022. Because he's not allowed in here.
Let me try and get hold of Grace. Bear with me, I won't be too long, okay?
Okay, thank you very much. My partner is not allowed in here, but even with legal help, they weren't helping me to get me here. It was him and his father, but he's not allowed in here. Bit odd that, isn't it? and they gave him a caring role through Care for the Carers, and he's been threatened on Facebook because of all this gaslighting. You see, I'm extremely vulnerable.
Hi, my name is Grace. I'm a senior specialist for banking and housing solutions at Eastbourne Council. Before I start, Bridie, can I just check, are you recording or live streaming the call?
Notice how Grace Hill has just said, are you live streaming or recording? Why would she say that? Because I want to know, who was Darren speaking to in the background? Can I trust my partner? Can I? Because he's telling me he's speaking on my behalf, but all these things have happened to me over 7 years, and his parents don't want to know. I'm on my own with all of this. Why is he not allowed in here? Why is my partner not allowed in here when he helped get me here? I've got my own bath, I've got my own walk-in shower, and just because I won't take a grotty flat, because this Grace Hill is saying, you take it or we'll take this roof here in New Haven off over your head. Do as we say or we'll take this roof over your head. Really? And I don't know how my father died. I've been on the phone to the paralegal in distress today. Darren's been shouting down that phone at me. Am I supposed to go to the law firm, to my late father's estate, and say, I'm so sorry I haven't been in touch with you. I still don't know how my father died, but I've had a brand new flat unlawfully stolen from me. I don't know how my father died. I don't know anything. How does my eldest sister know something about it? Maybe you could help me, Helen. Maybe you could help me. So who was my partner on the phone to in the background when this Grace Hill rings me, gets onto the phone and says, Are you live streaming? No, I wasn't live streaming. But I am going to publish this now because this was back in April, and you just listen to what these people say, because they are saying I'm safe at Belmore Road where I was attacked and one of my assailants was mentioned in the national news as mugging the elderly. I've got loads of recordings.
I'm not live streaming. I'm recording for my personal use, keeping it private.
Okay.
Yes.
So I just want to check if you received a letter from our head of customer service in regards to live streaming and recording conversation.
No, I have not received a letter about live streaming and recording. No, I haven't.
So I don't authorise my consent for you to live stream or record calls. Have you got email address that I can communicate with?
Yes, I do. Yes. And yes, I will. Yes, I will give it to you. I would also like to just let you know that prior to you answering the phone, I'd very politely asked the call handler for their name, and they hung up on me. But I just thought I'd let you know. But this is partly why I record my calls. Just partly. My email address is AntPrincess.
I'm not.
Sorry, can you spell that for me, please?
No, I don't want this to go out.
ANT.
I'll just put I don't want people to get my email address, so I'll just.
I have, yes.
Will you be able to pick up my email?
Yes.
That's fine. Have you been in contact with Councillor Maxted?
Yes, I have, yes. I actually left.
I've been in contact with them.
Councillor Maxted.
You've been in contact with Robin today.
Yes.
Right, okay, yeah.
I'll forward you a copy of the letter.
And just listen to what I have to say, what I then say, because he was meant to get someone to fund, because I was using back PIP. I was using back pay of severe disability, which I should get back, but the law firm isn't helping me with this. Apparently the DWP can help you with this, but no one's advising it. I'm finding out for myself. But Councillor Robin Maxted, was meant to get them to help me to fund this damn hotel. There are much better things I could have done with thousands of pounds of back PIP. One of those things I wanted to do was to actually buy a mobility scooter that I could donate to my late mother's resting place, which I haven't been able to get to because I've been ill because of what I've been put through.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, sorry, I didn't quite hear that last bit. Sorry. I agreed as to our current position and next steps. Can I just confirm this, Friday? So you can start funding the Cavendish Hotel, isn't it? That's correct. Yes.
I'm in the Cavendish Hotel.
I'm sorry. I didn't quite hear that last bit. Sorry. When does that self-funding end? Well, I've booked up just tonight. Just for tonight, and that's it, because I cannot, this has been going on for a long time now, I cannot.
But it wasn't just for that one night. It continued for another few months. I was there for 9 months self-funding for my safety. Just listen. Just wait till the end when Grace Hill hangs up on me. Just listen to what they have to say. Because if they can say that property where I was attacked to the point where I thought I'd be killed on one occasion, several times over, and tortured by the police, and then bully me, say, you take this flat or we're going to take this roof over your head, something that they keep doing.
To fraud. Yeah. Pop it in an email to you just to confirm our position with us. In an email. Sorry, you'd like me to put it in an email to you? No, I'll email you now to confirm the details of our position. Right. So then you want to answer that and pop that to me, and then I can take it from there. Right. Okay. So you're going to send me an email. Right. Okay. I'm now copying the letter and I'm being connected as well. They're aware of our conversation. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, just a minute, because we just obviously just need to find out what's going on here. Sorry. Sorry. What? Excuse me. Sorry. What was that? Sorry. Yeah, no, I mean, because my partner, as I said, because I'm thinking the same thing. Can anything be actioned today? On my response. No, I'll send an email to you to confirm our position, right? Right. Sorry, I just tell my partner she's going to put it in an email to me. So yeah, my partner's just said
So my partner is with me in this hotel, and they do absolutely nothing. I wasn't there for just another night. I was there for another few months, self-funding with back PIP. They want to get you on the street. They just want you take any old disgusting thing or you'll have nothing. But you come over here illegally in a boat, in a dinghy. I'm going to put you up in a 5-star luxury hotel. But you're born in the country and you show evidence of bedbugs crawling on you. Right, I'm sorry, you take that or you're out. This is what they're doing. They put you out. They don't care. They don't care. The proprietors of this property, who know me from primary school, so they don't care. They don't give a. I won't use the language he used to describe you. By the way, I won't use the language that Jamie used to describe you lot, because It's in polite language. That he burst in here, and this is why I said to his mother, look, that's I'm at breaking point now. This is it.
Respond by email. Does that mean anything can be actioned today specifically?
You've got the wrong doormat.
I will put our position in an email as to you being able what you can go do and the property that's available for you at Belmore.
Yes. This is instead of sorry. This is instead
Word
of Belmore
salad.
Road. Yeah.
No. Sorry, I'm not going to say you streaming or video or recording my call. But I want to put it in writing to you.
Oh no.
That's tough, Grace Hill, now. Because this is now in, I don't consent to you putting me in it, saying that this is a dangerous property. Because of you, I had to continue self-funding that hotel with backpick for my safety. And now I am having to publish this because it's in public interest. I recorded neighbours and residents supporting me, and I need a human rights lawyer fast.
No, sorry, no, I'm talking. No, I understand that. No, yes, I appreciate that absolutely. No, I'm talking about the hotel.
Exactly that. So I'm going to put that in an email to you to confirm our position. You've got it in writing.
Yeah, no, but what we want to know is if I respond to you by email today, does that mean that it will be that the action can be then processed with regards to me being relocated instead of Belmore Road is what
I consider that Belmore Road is suitable for you to be able to return to, so we will not be making alternative accommodation.
Sorry?
There you go.
Sorry, if you just said to me that Belmore Road is suitable accommodation.
Yes, she has.
I have.
What?
Yes.
You're telling me that Belmore.
Yes, you've just heard it. You've just heard Grace Hill say that I even recorded the company who put this vile creature on a tag, and they said, make notes. I'm telling you, I've had everything happen to me.
Because I'll swear that I'll come up there and I'll beat you senseless. Dirty little bitch. I'll beat your Dory. Bridie, I'm not fucking joking. I'm not fucking joking.
And I was locked in the bathroom for my safety. And even the police call handler in this phone call says that he can hear her kick the door. This was one of several.
Road is suitable accommodation.
I am, yes. And I'll copy in your social worker as well.
No. This is what you're telling me that Belmore Road is suitable accommodation.
I am, yes. And I'll
Grace
copy in
Hill,
your
thank
social
you.
worker as well.
No. This is what this is all
Suitable
about. I have been
accommodation.
self-funding for 7 months for my safety because my life has been put in danger.
There you go. It had already been 7 months that I had been self-funding that hotel for my safety. And this Grace Hill is still bullying me right now after I've had a brand new self-contained flat unlawfully taken from me, and I still don't know how my father died. How can you sleep at night? Please let your manager know about this. I'm sure you'll be alerted to this YouTube video.
And I have recorded all the evidence of the neighbours. I have a witness.
And shame on you, PC Lines, the female officer, and PC McCarthy and PC Ford for your crimes. You're all complicit, all of you.
Who can provide an affidavit of truth because she has tried to contact the council.
Juliet Rawson, you can still provide an affidavit of truth.
She's got cancer. She was attacked in the street by random drunks for trying to help me. I have been...
And as I said, I'm sorry if I was overthinking, whatever, paranoid about the key fob thing. But you weren't being honest with me about the police abusing powers lot. And that Welshman, I've forgotten what his name is, Warrior Wales. I've forgotten what his name is. Sorry, Warrior Wales. You know, you got evidence of them saying they all want me to suicide. I've got a harassing, obscene phone call that may or may not have been the 77 Brigade harassing me at that flat. None of these crimes were looked at. None of them.
Physically assaulted, attacked, my bedroom window smashed. This is everything that I have told Councillor Robin Maxted. And I also have, I can't believe this, I'm shaking with anger right now. I have an investigation going on with the local government ombudsman about the response from the...
And the local government and social care ombudsman was a scam, just like the GMC, as a doctor said in a review on Trustpilot.
Council, where I have had people from Eastbourne Borough Council
100% bad reviews,
hanging up on me, being rude and obnoxious, and also the local government ombudsman. So I've recorded everything for my own personal documentation. It won't be going on live on YouTube anymore, my private conversations. But
it is now, because it's in public interest. This bullying is not stopping, even with legal help. I really am. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm absolutely done with it.
Everything I'm recording is for my own personal use. It is not safe for me to return to Belmore Road. And Grace, you have just told me, after all the many, many conversations, I have been self-funding this hotel for my safety for 7 months with money that is nearly running out. I have been illegally placed in temporary accommodation as a woman with complex needs, and I had a...
And who was it who said that to me? Which is apparently a load of old nonsense. Yes, the same person who falsely offered me help, Tina Che from the Independent Advice Network, who's had 40 years of experience. She told me that I shouldn't even be in one of those places. Yeah, it's all the same old nonsense. She said she would get me all this... Oh, she'd help me to help others, all that yeah, I've heard it all before. And then threatened me. Because people don't like it when you... Narcissists don't like the truth getting out, do they? Fed up with it all. I really am at breaking. I am very close to breaking point.
Woman with 40 years of experience of dealing with the vulnerable who told me this. So... No, because I've got evidence. I have got evidence of my life in being put in danger and the neighbours. I have recorded evidence of being attacked. It is not a suitable place, and I have been illegally placed in that accommodation because it's temporary accommodation and I am on severe disability. And the council I have made many complaints over the last 6 years of the very serious failings and the corruption at Eastbourne Borough Council, and that is why I'm recording for my own personal use. I am shaking with anger right now. Yes, multiple complaints from the neighbours. I have got copies of letters that I left for the neighbours, and I've also been told by the neighbours that the council do nothing about that property. That's a notorious dangerous accommodation that I was trafficked to after being beaten.
Trafficked in terms of council, because there was even a 16-year-old boy from reported missing from the London area, and the police checked the rooms. That's how bad it was. Men with hoods up. That's when I recorded the elderly residents at Riverbourne House supporting me. And one of them was actually Juliet's friend, but I've lost trust in Juliet now because, well, I don't know. Her friend was used to work for the authorities as well. I know they're not well, but well, I said something I shouldn't have, but then Juliet reported the police abusing Powers lot, and then had contact with the vile creature who made the channel, and I've got her emails as supporting evidence. So what's the point? And she works for St Mary's House. You know, this is why people are saying, you know, do you think the Illuminati are in Eastbourne? Yeah.
By the police and nursing assistants
These
during a welfare
Freemasons.
check, and the Herald paper, which I'm still in the process of trying to take legal action against. Now, Councillor Robin...
The legal ombudsman, that was another one. I came that close to suing the Herald, but I was just so exhausted. You know, people just don't survive the things I've been through. They kill themselves. They end up on the streets on drugs. This is being done deliberately. This is what the protests are about. This is why I'm still alive.
No, I have complaints about adult social care as well, because they too I've recorded evidence of them failing to provide me with a one-bedroom flat. So, Grace, you are now actually refusing to put me... My lady witness friend has cancer. She collapsed in public the other day, in public toilets. She was attacked in the street for trying to help me, and she is angry. I only bumped into her yesterday.
And just so you know, Juliet, I was speaking up for you to these people, and you got your mother to come in when I just had that flat taken from me, and then that room that you wanted the police to take me to, that room was taken from me. So why did you get your mother to come in when I was in the bath? I'd never met her before. Oh, you had the TV on. She came in with this older man who said, oh, you've been saying all these things, malicious communications. And a black lady was with your mother. And I thought, what the hell is going on here? You know, why are none of you telling me the truth here? You know, I know you work for the authorities. Someone said I can't trust you because you work for the authorities. Well, you know, you did the same job. My sister worked for Shah. My transgender sister worked for Shah. And they're the same people who have exploited me. So, you see where I'm going with this, you know? I'm just...
She was walking her dog, and she said to me last night they need to do something about this. I've already been messed around by the hotel with hotel rooms.
Do you know what? This is how people get dementia. This is why the social worker landlord said to me, you might want to check you haven't inherited your mother's cancer. I am dealing with people who are exploiting me, narcissistic abuse. It's non-stop. So I'm reaching out to Helen, and I'm hoping and praying Helen won't, you know, I don't want that to be a bad decision. I could be, well, I don't know, but I'm going to go crazy at some point. I'm going to go crazy.
No, it's...
You've heard it there. Grace Hill is saying I won't be providing alternative accommodation. So she's saying you take that room where you've been attacked by convicted criminals, and now, even with legal help, after I've had several homes brutally, unlawfully stolen from me by public servants, and then had news of my father's death in supported accommodation. You just see that article of me, Brave Bryony battles on. because I was doing care work, I was bullied then. Bullying. Threats. You take this or we'll take this roof over your head.
Reply back to my email with the additional information and I'll have a look at that. And information I know on the information that we've got. That I'd have a look on file.
You were supposed to. Robin told me that you, Grace, would be helping me. He would get to you because we've been passed around so many times. I've got recorded evidence of so many people. David Sharp, the housing needs specialist, was meant to help me fund this room. I've also got a recording of me speaking to David, the MP caseworker, who said they get many complaints about these places, and I have.
Yes, David, the MP caseworker, who said that to me and Juliet Rawson, my crucial witness for the local government and social care ombudsman, and Caroline Ansell MP. Yeah, you get complaints like this all the time, but what do you do about it?
Evidence, recorded. I've been forced to sleep rough. I've got a lot of evidence.
You can provide that back to me via email from what I send you. I'm just going to send it to you now, then I'll have a look at it on the data now. Not that you've provided.
No. Well, I will be telling Robin this. I will be telling Robin
in fact,
this
Laura, good
because
that was. Telling Robin Maxted was a waste of time as well. Because, like all these people, they backpedal, and I'm getting it now. And that is what has led to me shouting down the phone to Darren and speaking to the proprietors of this property, because I don't want people here to hear me distressed and shouting, because it has a knock-on effect.
No, I am so ill right now, and you are responsible for actually putting me in danger right now, because I am physically ill from the stress of this. The whole idea of Robin trying to get you... No, I've got because I've got a recording of a social worker offering me a one-bedroom flat, and that never happened, and that was last year. I have been self-funding this hotel.
Yes, that was the previous year at Belmore Road, and then a few months later I was attacked. I might put a link in the description to the video where I was attacked and blood left on the door, and it's just... these demented, vile, absolutely vile creatures. And then she cried to me afterwards about it. And yet she was saying, oh, you go up to Beachy Head suicidal. My mother was angry that an elderly man wouldn't leave me alone in supported accommodation, and the staff found it funny. And my mother was dying of cancer.
For 7 months now for my safety. I am too afraid to walk back into the property. Now, the man who's got my... No, you need to hear this. You need to hear this.
I'm going to stop the call with you now. And I'll confirm via email or position. If you have sent anything back to me, you can do, and I will have a look at that. And I will be making a branch agency meeting next week to discuss the professionals that are working with you.
They're not working. No, I have a recording of a social worker offering me a one-bedroom property, and that never happened. No, I hear that phrase all the time. And you've actually put my life in a dangerous position. You've actually put my position in a dangerous... You've put me in danger. You've put me in danger. This is why you don't want this going public. No, this was why Robin got back to you. This was why Robin got back to you. So she's just hung up on me.
There you go.
She has now put my life in danger. She has actually put my life in danger.
That's Grace Hill, the senior needs housing specialist, who emailed me today to say, her manager has noted, I've been alerted of your YouTube video from last night, but now I've decided that if she's going to get her manager to look at my YouTube videos, good, because she can now look at this, which I didn't publish last year, but I'm publishing it now, because I did not want to have anything to do with this obnoxious individual, because this obnoxious individual has said that this place, Belmore Road, was suitable, and she's hung up on me. And this is the same person who is saying, after everything that has just happened to me this year, my brand new flat that was taken from me through my GP practice after just 4 months, and I don't know how my father died, and now she's threatening to have possibly, doesn't matter if it's a possibly, this roof taken over my head after 7 years of corruption, tyranny, crimes against every civil liberty, every human right. And as I said, if it's the last thing that I do, I will be going to those protests.
This is all recorded.
Because one of the reasons why I didn't get to go to the London protests at this time was because I was so crippled by being attacked. I was attacked in the bath. Why did you put a vulnerable woman on severe disability with people, dangerous criminals, on tags, one of whom had 22 previous convictions, and it's all online? Sherelle Clark and Dion Clark, mother and daughter, jailed for 5 years for mugging the elderly, and they did the same thing on the Isle of Wight 2 years previously. It's a miracle. It's a miracle that I've survived what I have. It's only because my partner encourages me with my faith that I've come this far.
I've been feeling suicidal as it is. I'm too afraid to return just to the property, and I shall be leaving a voice message for her. I am absolutely shaking. Absolutely shaking. Absolutely shaking.
And I do want to know why Steve Churchill, my partner's friend, hung up on me when he said, no, your life is not in danger. What the hell is going on here? Why do I need to ask for help from these people over my partner's friends bullying me? Why am I alone in all of this? A lot of questions that need answering, and there will be people, trust me, there'll be people in this town asking questions. I've had it. I've absolutely had it. I've absolutely had it.
Grace Hill, Senior Specialist Advisor for Housing Options Team. I'm currently unable to take your call, so please leave me a message and I'll return it as soon as I'm able. Thank you. You may start your message now. Press 0 to return to the attendant.
Grace Hill, I've just had a conversation with you and I'm recording the voice messages. You've hung up on me. You've willfully put my life in danger. I'm too afraid to even step foot into the property. I have recorded evidence. I've had blood left on my door. I've been attacked. I've recorded being assaulted and attacked, and I've recorded you saying to me that it's suitable accommodation, even though I've been illegally placed in there as a woman with complex needs. I'm on severe disability for a reason. You are now complicit in putting my life in danger. And I've recorded people hanging up on me at the council. I've got their names. So you are now personally responsible, Grace Hill. Got that recorded.
Your callback number is 0706, message marked urgent. Your callback number is 079.
Right, I don't want to put my number out there. Just getting to the end of the recording. Do you see the distress? It's just, I've got so many recordings.
Anyway, there we are. Grace Hill is now responsible for putting my life in
I've
danger.
spoken to so many people.
She's now personally responsible. She's the last individual. Robin, I'm leaving a voice message for you. You won't pick up. I have just recorded my conversation with Grace. Prior to that,
This is a voice message for Robin Maxted after this.
I recorded a call handler hanging up on me.
Counsellor.
All this woman has done, and now she's responsible. She's personally responsible for putting my life in danger right now, and it's all recorded in front of Darren. It's recorded onto my laptop. This woman that you said would help me to fund a hotel room, that was the whole idea. I've been self-funding for 7 months for a reason. She's claiming that the property is suitable, and I've told you that this woman, Juliet, has got cancer, and she was attacked in the street by random drunks for trying to help me. You are personally responsible for failing to stop and correct, unless you correct this, because this woman has ended the call on me. All they are interested in is sending a letter to me about recording for my personal use. I haven't even put this on YouTube. I am currently recording the conversations to my laptop only, and thank goodness I have. So, Robin, I expect a response, because right now I don't know what I'm going to do. I really do not know what I'm going to do apart from ring Juliet. But you and this woman are now...
And there was Darren saying that Juliet was my friend, and look what she did. But, you know, Counsellor Robin Maxted, a couple of years earlier, and I've got it recorded, a ward review recording, where in 2019, when I met the fraud investigator John Patterson, who went to Scotland Yard with baby organ harvesting documents, he was being tortured. I met so many people, and I was going through all of this on my own, and the housing officer didn't turn up on the 13th of June. Adult social care didn't turn up for their appointment in May. And then in August, I recorded a damning ward review where they are offering me housing in Eastbourne, and then the ward manageress threatens me with the police. And this is after I said that Robin Maxted said, you can't release me with nowhere to go. This is Counsellor Robin Maxted from the Orange Party, same as Joshua Burundi, OBE. And I was assaulted because of Joshua Burundi telling me to go down to the council offices a few months ago, and I was shoved out of there. AMIREH needs to hear this, because if Darren has been adding to this, if he has said anything, then I need to know about it. If he said anything disparaging about me, because he only ever says to me, I am only ever speaking for you. So this is very serious.
Complicit in my failings right this minute, and I've recorded this. I am absolutely seething with anger. David at the MP office said he'd be more angry than me. Yes, no one would last 2 minutes in my shoes for what I've been through. And she even mentioned the social services who I recorded lying to me, offering me a 1-bedroom flat and not offering it, whilst I was attacked in a property, a dangerous accommodation I should never have been placed in.
replay the
Right,
message.
okay.
Sorry, that key is not valid here. To replay the message, key 1. You deposit the message.
I think that's it.
Message deposited. Thank you for calling.
There's nothing. Right.
I think it's now time to just finish myself off. Right, recording finished.
That's how it leaves you feeling. It leaves you feeling suicidal. So that was the 29th of April 2022. I mean, what can I say? I'm trying to get my right. So this has been an hour and a half. Okay, I feel really ill. I really, really do feel very ill. I am slightly anemic. I'm suffering from insomnia and anxiety. And you know what, Grace Hill? If you really think that the only reason why I'm turning down that flat is because I want a bath, yeah, I am a bath person. Let me tell you something. I've just told Jackie, because I had to keep repeating myself to people, because they think they've heard it the first time, but they haven't, because I have to keep on and on and on and on before it actually gets in. If people don't want to hear it the first time, well, don't talk to me about your problems then. Because I said to Jackie that her son burst in on me, and he was going on about finding his wife in bed with someone, and you've got to leave things in the past. I thought, hang on a minute, that's not how do you do, and you know, oh, they're just a bunch of BAS, you know. I don't need someone bursting in on me when I'm half naked saying, look, they're a bunch of you know what's at the council. Don't tell me all your problems when you don't know me from Adam, apart from knowing me from primary school. If you want your problems validated, you've got to listen to other people's problems. And this is the counsellors are paid to stop and correct. Honest to God, my mum wouldn't believe it. Do you know, there is a reason why I'm still alive. There's a lot to be said for humility. There is a lot to be said for someone who spent their whole life putting themselves down. And actually, Helen, you're right. There is a lot of jealousy. I mean, crumbs. I can't see it because I don't behave like that. I've got a conscience. These people haven't. I couldn't. I've got my own big bath here and a walk-in shower that looks brand new, all to myself. And I'm struggling to even relax in that bloody bath. And I'm a bath person because of what has been done to me, Grace Hill. So don't you say to me, and I truly hope you do let your manager see this, don't you dare say to me that after these crimes against humanity, that's up to life in prison for malfeasance of office. Common law. This is what people have got to wake up to, and thankfully people are waking up. Whilst they've died from you know what. But that's why I could see through all of this. I could see through everything because, well, I'm not one of the sheep anyway, but I haven't been able to relax in the bath here because of what has been done to me. No one has done anything to help me. The very people I've gone to who are paid to help and support me have they've added to my problems. They've added to my trauma. They've pushed me to suicide. John Patterson, the fraud investigator who showed me legalese documents to do with baby organ harvesting, he said, don't kill yourself because that's what they want. And as for Sussex Police, he said, put them in the wood chipper, feed them to the pigs. And I said, oh, don't say that. That's a terrible thing. And yet, PC McCarthy and PC Lyons and PC Ford brutally assaulted me twice, dragging me out of my home and on my birthday all night long in A&E and gave me an x-ray afterwards, and everyone normalised it. You're normalising crimes. If you don't like being recorded, it usually means you've got something to hide. I'm sure Darren has recorded many of our conversations. That's not my business. I hope he hasn't. But if he has, that's his business. If you record any conversation, but this is actually in public interest now. Because I'm done. I'm absolutely at the end of my tether. I've been trying to get legal help all these years that you've done these things to me. I didn't ask for much. I asked for things at a basic level. My mother cried for me. And to tell you what, I don't mind sharing this, but Jeanette Archer is right. On the other side, death is nothing to be afraid of if your conscience is clear. And when I say clear, I don't mean the Jimmy Savile, my conscience is clear, Masonic law. I'm talking what is factual when it comes to causing harm to another human being. My mother said she'll be waiting for me, and I'll tell you what, if she was proud of me before she died, and she cried for me because she said, Bryony's got no one. And Leslie Alloway, the food bank advocate, said they wouldn't have done this to you if your mother was still alive. No, we all we know that. Anyone who's ever known me in my entire life would not believe this. So I think I've said everything I want to say. There's nothing more I want to say, and I'm just glad next door are not there because it's after midnight. I would have got a loud voice. Struggling with my sleep. But yes, this is in public interest. But either way, this is my video. This is my documentation, and I hope, Helen, I hope and pray that you get wind of this. I'm going to let you know about it. I'm going to let my lady acquaintance / friend, not Juliet, my Iranian lady acquaintance know. I don't have friends. I have acquaintances, and she's offered to do, I'm not going to say what it is because no one can be trusted, but it will be to meet someone who's got quite a senior position. I told Darren, and I said, I hope you don't sabotage it, because if he really has been abusing me in the way that I hope he hasn't, because it causes narcissistic abuse over a lifetime, causes cancer, dementia, it creates a delicate mind. I'm learning as I go along. Which is why I said, I'm sorry, Juliet, if I kind of knew that I was overreaching when I said about the key business when I was in your flat. And I know that you've been going through cancer treatment, but at the same time, you can see with what has happened to me and not being supported, this is what it does. And then for your mum to come in, and then you were listening to the very police abusing powers bully that you reported to YouTube, one of his troll accounts, and I thought, what? So there we go. And this is why, Helen, I blocked you on Facebook when I was going through all that stuff, because you shouted at me because I wouldn't live with you, and you know, and I thought, crumbs, I haven't seen you for nearly 30 years. We hardly know each other, and you see, this is what happens. So I just hope, Helen, that when I let you know about this, that you won't sort of do something, I don't know. I've got no one to turn to. No one. you know, if you and Darren, like, you've got a mother to turn to, I've got no one, I've got nobody. You know, I wasn't invited to his sister's wedding, let alone my sister's wedding. So if you think my partner's abusing me, why couldn't you, you know, why did you get nasty with me? And just because I wouldn't live with you, we hardly know each other. So there you go. There you go. But this is my, you know, it cost me £39 to get back to Eastbourne because I was listening to you ranting and I wanted to scream. All the way from Newhaven to Eastbourne. Oh, God. I'm trying to hold it together now. So, yeah, I never wanted a YouTube channel. I set this up because it was kind of inevitable that something would happen to me. My mother used to worry herself sick to death, literally. My mother worried herself sick to death over me. At the end of her life, she told me about an illegal abortion she had in 1958 in Pennsylvania and something horrific that happened to her in New York. So, and it's not, I've said it on YouTube before, it's to do with a homosexual, well, a man who was selling his body to other men, and he took advantage of her, and she had an illegal abortion, and she told me that in a hotel having English afternoon tea. And I got two screwed up sisters, and I'm screwed up, and I don't know how my father died, so what do you expect? I don't take drugs, so there's nothing for me to get my head off on. Just a load of chewing gum. Chewing gum. I understand why smokers chew it, but I don't. Anyway, you get the point. I don't know what I'm going to let AMIREH know about this. I don't know what AMIREH will think.